Hello everyone, welcome to Morning Coffee. Thank you so much for tuning in. So this is going to be your general energy reading for your Wednesday, your hump day, July 1st, 2020. Y'all, we are in, hold on, I'm trying to, we are in July. We're halfway through the year already. Like, I mean, obviously we got halfway through the year when we got into June, but now we're like, okay, so we're more than halfway through the year. Like, whoa, where the hell is the time going, right? It's crazy. So please keep in mind that time is an illusion and energies are fluid. So just because this is a reading dated for the 1st of July, 2020, it doesn't mean that it absolutely has to resonate for you at that time. Whenever you're guided to watch this reading and it resonates, then that's the message for you in that moment. Also keep in mind that this is a general reading, yeah? So please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, so wait, first things first, I just want to talk about Samsung. Now, y'all know I love you, right? Like, I love Samsung, okay? Big Samsung fan. I love their phones. I've been a Galaxy person for ages. And I just got the new is it the SM20 or the S20 or whatever? One of the new models of phone from Samsung, the Galaxy. And I love it. And the main reason why I got it was because of the camera. Because I knew I was coming down here. I knew I needed a better quality camera option for YouTube and all that stuff that I wanted to do. So I might as well invest in a phone that has a good camera so I could use that. Like, my phone would always be an option. Obviously, I want to have other sources, but like, you know, my phone would be a good option. So I went with this one. I am super happy with it, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm in love with the camera on my phone, man. Like, I almost want to continue doing all of my videos on YouTube here with just my phone because the quality is so great, right? Okay, but then we get to the gallery. And the gallery that holds all my stuff has, oh, I'm sorry, I guess this is a little bit of story time. But the gallery has an option to edit videos, right? And so I've been using that to edit videos because my phone will only record either like 4 gigabytes or around 30 minutes of a video at once. And so I have to piece them together. And you guys have noticed, like, especially on yesterday's Morning Coffee, the second half of the video, the audio and the video itself would get out of sync. And that would happen when I was using the app that came with my phone to edit the video. Well, I thought it was my problem. Like, I thought, I went through all of the different, I troubleshooted like crazy. I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm doing this wrong, maybe I'm doing that wrong. Like, I wasn't just going to assume that it was the app that was being acting all screwy, right? Until I was doing somebody's private reading yesterday. Oh, and by the way, private readings are open. They are in full swing. I am booking up. And keep in mind, if you guys want a private reading, it's first come, first serve. As soon as you secure your payment, I will schedule a reading. But your reading is not going to be put on my schedule, it's not going to be put on my schedule until you pay the invoice. It's just the way it works. So keep that in mind. First come, first serve. I'm filling up, but I'm still also available. Okay, so I was doing someone's private reading yesterday, and it ended up having to be 2 files. And so I had noticed, at that point, that Morning Coffee was screwed up again. So I was like, you know what? I am not sending this to this woman screwed up like this. Like, I am not sending this to her until I can know for a fact that I've done it correctly and the audio and it is in sync, is in time with the video, right? Come to find out, it's not my fault at all. It's this, I want to call it janky video editor they've got on this phone. Like that. I mean, how are you going to sell a phone with great video quality and all that shit and a faulty video editor? I mean, come on. I don't know. And honestly, you guys, I don't know what was happening. For some reason, when it converts, like when it saves the video, it throws the second half out, the audio of the second half out of sync with the actual video. And I tried putting different transitions in. I tried putting no transition in. It didn't matter. So I ended up having to download another video app, which is fine. Like, that's not a problem. It's just that, like, come on, Samsung. Like, oh no, maybe it's not Samsung, it's Android, because this is an Android system. Whatever. So I say all that to say, if I have to splice things together today, it's gonna work right. You ain't watching this if it ain't working right. Okay. So be prepared. That might be why morning coffee is a little delayed. Oh, other than the fact that I just like did not want to get out of bed this morning. Like I normally am out of bed and like up and moving and making coffee and getting ready to set up for morning coffee by around 6. Honey, when I tell you I woke up this morning and said, nope. It just like rolled back over and just laid down in a bed for a while, fooled around, and then ended up falling asleep. Didn't wake back up until like 6:40. Didn't get out of bed till like around 7. Didn't start doing morning coffee until like 7:20. I'm normally done with recording morning coffee by like 7:30 in the morning. I didn't start until like recording until like 7:20 today. And I'm just feeling a little slow, a little sluggish, and I'm not really sure why. I'm hearing the energy is dense and heavy. Okay, so you guys might be feeling that too. I mean, I live in Puerto Rico. I'm on island time, so like it ain't even really a thing, you know, to just like take it slow. So I understand, but what I do want to say is if y'all need to take it slow, then by all means take it slow. Like don't force yourselves, please. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Okay? So there we go. There was story time. Let's get into the rest of the reading. Yes, y'all. Let's do this. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to put my feet on the floor for this part. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, sorry. Also, it sounds like one of my neighbors is like building something. They were hammering something for a while, so you might hear that. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Okay. Hi, Spirit. Please make me a clear channel for the collective at this time. Please bring forward the best messages to serve the highest good of all involved for our Wednesday, our Hump Day, July 1st, 2020. Thank you so much, Spirit. All right, guys, I'm going to give this 4 shuffles today. You heard me. 4. Yeah, also what I want to say is I'm going to be bringing Happy Hour back soon. I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, like a few days ago, I was like, oh, you know, I've got this internet connection now. I can do Happy Hour again. I'm really excited about that. I doubt it's going to happen this week, though. That was 2. This is 3. I might not do it until next week. 4. No, this is 3. I'm sorry. But yeah, Happy Hour is coming back. I'm going to bring that back. So 4. Good Lord. I'm sorry, my mind is all over the place today. This is 4. Okay. And if you're new to my channel and you don't know, Happy Hour is when I go live here on YouTube, and I take, again, it's first come, first serve. So the first 10 people that want a reading, I do a single question reading for a discounted price. Normally it's $30, but when I do it for Happy Hour, it's $5 off. So I do it for $25. And it's really fun and really cute. We sit here, we have fun, we drink, we laugh, you know, we chill, you know, smoke them if you got them, grab yourself a cocktail. I mean, it's Happy Hour, right? And it's really fun. I really enjoy it. I used to do it back when I was in Brooklyn, but then I stopped for a while just because I was moving. So I'm thinking I want to bring it back. I'm not exactly sure when it's coming back, but just know it's coming. It's coming back, y'all. All right? Cool. Let's get into this. Morning coffee. What do we got for today? What do we got for today, Spirit? Yeah, you guys have got to just bear with me, because I'm feeling a little slow today. We've got the Page of Swords here. Someone's watching you. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Let's get a little bit more before I dive into... Well, hold on, wait. It doesn't have to... Oh, jeez. It doesn't have to be that bad. However... everything is coming out in reverse except for this freaking Page of Swords. and this Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. But then you also have the Two of Cups. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Oh. Lord. All right, so we have the Page of Swords. And this Page of Swords could be someone watching you. Could be someone watching you leave. Could be watching a situation or a circumstance come to completion. Ten of Pentacles. And then underneath the Ten of Pentacles is the Magician. But this could be someone watching you from a distance, from afar. Because I just heard, because they know they can't tango with your energy any longer. So there's nothing they can do but just watch, okay? But this also could be you. This could be you looking for some sort of new opportunity, looking for some sort of way out. Excuse me. I just heard independence lost, or maybe innocence lost. You got to bear with me, guys. But, okay, well, let me tell you what else we have here. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Lovers. We've got the Seven of Cups. And we've got the Five of Cups, all in reverse. Along with the Two of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Four of Wands, also in reverse. Damn, y'all. What the hell is this? I just heard someone is sad, someone is mad, someone is crying because they've missed an opportunity. And they know it. It's staring them right in the face. They can't get over it. Maybe they're obsessing over it. But, however, because all of this is in reverse except for the Page of Swords. So, okay, I really do feel like after coming out, now maybe this could be you, after coming out of all of, I'm hearing an unrequited love situation. Now, we don't have the Four of Cups, but we do have the Five of Cups. But that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing some sort of unrequited love situation. But now, it seems like all of that is in the past. And quite frankly, I feel like either maybe this is you, or maybe this is the other person, or maybe it's both of you. But I feel like you got your eyes peeled for some sort of new opportunity. Some sort of leap of faith. Looking for justice to be served here. I may really need to go into the clarification because I'm not really sure what the cards are trying to say here right now. Other than the fact that it's an unrequited love situation. And somebody is moving on. Somebody, now this doesn't have to be love, but it could be a situation in which something was not reciprocated, or someone just missed out on an opportunity. The positive thing about this, though, with all of these things in reverse, this could absolutely mean that you've let go. You're leaving something behind you. Like it's no longer a worry. It's no longer an option. And quite frankly, now that I'm feeling through this a little bit more, I feel like you guys are less focused on all this bullshit and more focused on the new opportunity or the new that lies ahead of you. The justice that could be served in your life by taking a leap of faith and leaving the past behind. Because you do have the Ten of Swords here, which is in reverse. That's a good thing, or at least it can be a good thing, unless this is a blockage for you. What could be a blockage for one person? And actually, this is what it kind of feels like this. What could be a blockage for one person or one group of people or something is actually an opportunity to start over for another person. And that could be why both of you would be showing up here as the Page of Swords. Because one is watching someone leave or move on or leave the past behind in some way. And the other is looking for that opportunity to go. May have already found it, is what I'm hearing. Okay? Yeah. May have already found it. Now, before I want to see if I can pick out more. Before I go into the clarification, I want to see if I can pick out more from this storyline. Let's investigate. Let's look a little bit deeper without going into the clarifiers yet, because we have a bunch of information here that I'm just having a little trouble processing this morning. But okay, that's fine. It's coming. It's coming. It's just I'm a little slow today. But there was a lot of confusion in this situation. It was very toxic. It might have been twin flame-ish because we do have the lovers. But ultimately what I'm getting here is that you needed to make a choice. You needed to make a choice for yourself. You really needed to choose yourself. And there was a lot of confusion around that. There was a lot of misunderstanding around that. This could have been a twin flame thing, because what I'm kind of feeling here is like that energy of, like, you know, how we're all taught, or how in the very beginning we learn, oh my God, this is our twin flame. We're supposed to be with them, blah, 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 blah. And then we start enabling them, you know, enable each other, enable each other's toxic energies and blah, 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 until we finally learn that we had to love ourselves first. And in loving ourselves first, we remove ourselves from the situations in which that are toxic, that we are options, that, you know, we're smoke and mirrored. We are, you know, you guys understand that. You understand what I mean by that. For others of you, maybe it wasn't a twin flame situation, but yet it was still a situation in which there was probably a lot of emotion involved, the Five of Cups in reverse. And you had to get over the emotion. You had to get over the confusion. You had to get over the illusion. You see how the Seven of Cups is here? It's in reverse. In this deck, the Sun is up here. Well, I totally see this as like, no more confusion. Everything's clear now. You have the understanding that you need. And so thus you were able to bring this really toxic or horribly, horribly painful situation to an end. Ten of Swords, all in reverse. And you guys, I am picking up on a mirror energy here. Someone here is not crying over it any longer. Someone here is no longer upset about it, or at least someone here is no longer so upset that the emotions are keeping them from, in fact, moving forward. Six of Swords. And I feel like the other person or the other side of this equation is maybe just now starting to realize what happened here or what was lost here, and now it's almost as if they feel stuck. You have the Two of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Four of Wands, all in reverse as well. And I feel like this is very, like, at least this part of the message is very similar to what I was picking up on yesterday, where we were talking about the toxic feminine figure who could potentially be a mother figure in your life. The Four of Wands is giving me an energy of there was a family or a home life or something that was established. I mean, it could have been a friendship, a friend circle, maybe even a work environment, or something that was established that caused some sort of blinding or inability to see correctly, inability to see clearly, refusal to see clearly, maybe an environment that only helped to reinforce a sense of denial of a relationship or a romantic connection or a balanced, I mean, this Two of Cups doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. I'm actually kind of feeling like it is the denial of the reality of a beneficial symbiotic relationship of some sort. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, this Two of Cups, yes, it can very well be a romantic situation. But also, in keeping in the general aspect of this reading, it also kind of feels like this is the denial of something being a balanced and harmonious union. Maybe the denial of that representation in the physical, right? Because you have the Lovers and the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups, as a reader, for me, is like the minor arcana version of the Lovers, right? And so when these two come out in this way, to me, it can represent, you know, you have this connection here in the spiritual, but then it's talking about the actual representation of that connection in the physical, right? So what I'm kind of feeling like here is I mean, yeah. I hope this is making sense. I feel like I'm a little all over the place right now, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Okay. I'm gonna get into the clarifiers now, because I do want to clarify both sides. I want to clarify all of this stuff that's in reverse here, but I also want to clarify what's not in reverse, which is the Page of Swords, Justice, and the Fool, okay? But I'm going to start a new file for that, so hang on a second. Hey! Okay. Clarification time, yeah? Okay, let's start, Spirit's saying, let's start with all the reversals first, so we can get a clearer understanding of what this is, so then that way we can potentially get a clearer understanding of what everything that's upright is, right? 3 shuffles. You know, I don't think I want to shuffle odd or even numbers anymore. I think that threw me off, you guys. Because remember, I shuffled 4 times today. And the message is kind of like obscure. Keep in mind that odd numbers are numbers of change. And so, actually, I think, one last shuffle, but I think, because this is 3, I think it's better, at least for me as a reader, to do odd number shuffles, because when I'm doing these readings here, I'm trying to help you guys make some sort of change. Okay. Just a thought. So let's look at this. We have the 10 of Swords, the 7 of Cups, the Lovers, the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and the 4 of Wands, all in reverse. But again, I feel like this was a past situation, and whatever this regardless of whatever this situation is for you, or how it was for you, has been for you, the main point was that you had to choose yourself, your desires, and your needs over the wishes, desires, and needs of someone else's. I just saw 144. So yeah, this could have been a twin flame thing. Lord knows I had to do that, right? Many of us did. And let me say something. I can't even blame that person. I can't. I mean, take the twin flamey aspect out of it. Ultimately, it was a lesson for me to learn that I needed to learn to honor myself. I was caught in this cycle of completely foregoing the things that I really wanted to do for the sake of others. And whether that person actually is my twin flame or not, like whatever, y'all have heard me talk about it before, but I'm not, whatever, regardless of whether he is or not, ultimately, that was the last time that that was the first time that I chose to do something for me. And doing that something for me was completely leaving Brooklyn and moving here to Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I feel like that's what I feel like this situation is. Regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what it, there is so much glare in my glasses right now. That's kind of annoying. Sorry. But you know, that is what feels like the heaviest point about this situation for yourself. You had to choose you. And it seems like you've done it. Or somebody's done it here. So let's go a little deeper. That's enough? Okay. Yeah. Overall energy is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups has been coming out a lot lately. The Page of Cups is symbolizing our inner child. It's symbolizing maybe even our romantic sides. romance. It's symbolizing, you know, your true heart's desires, getting back to the core of you, getting back to what it is that you really love to do. What makes you happy? What makes you giggle? What makes you smile? You know, that sort of thing. Like getting back to your sense of innocence, right? You have, wow, that's cool. Oh, damn. Upright. Okay. You have the Page of Wands with the King of Wands. And the reason why I was reacting like that is because it's like someone really grew up, you know? In this situation, someone went from being a page, geez, and then I just saw 441. Wow. Someone went from being a page or an adolescent, or actually what I really want to say it is, how I really want to say it is, someone went from being a mutable energy, and I want to say a mutable energy, because I don't want to say anyone was being immature. I don't want to say anybody was young or naive or stupid or anything like that. Like, it has nothing to do with age. This feels like a mutable energy, being someone or an energy that can just go anywhere and do anything, like, and fits anywhere. You know, you put them anywhere, man, and they can handle it. Mutable energies are Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Pisces, okay? It's like, I like to see them as like water. Like, you put water, whatever you put water in, it takes the shape of that container, right? Okay. Someone here went from being a mutable energy, very passive even, to a fixed energy. And not just any fixed energy. They went from a Page of Wands to the King of Wands. So you're passionate, you're desirable, I'm hearing. You know what it is you want, and you're not afraid to go after it. You're not afraid if anyone stands in your way. You're not going to let anyone stand in your way. People could come at you with all kinds of mess, and you just wouldn't even hear them. Two of Swords. Blah, blah, blah. I can't hear you. What? No, that's not even relevant to what it is I'm looking for. Can you please move to the side and get out of my face? Like, no, I'm not having any of this. With the King of Pentacles. And you know what? It's this aspect of the situation that I think that whomever it is that's watching you or somebody else move on with their life, that's the hardest part for them to deal with. Because not only are you passionate and you're strong and you're going to go after the things that you want, but you are so well rooted in yourself, man, that there is absolutely nothing that this person can do or say to you to shake you off of your foundation. And quite frankly, what I want to say for some of you is that the only way that they're going to get your attention even, because here you are, Two of Swords, all this, like, nah, dude, I'm not even trying to fuck with that. Like, I'm not even trying to pay attention to that shit anymore. The thing that hits them the hardest, what they would need to do to even get your attention is to shape up, to go through their own glow up, to release all the burden. 10 of Wands. But they ain't trying to do that. And they're scared. And it's interesting because Spirit was saying to me at first that the 10 of Wands is upright. It needs to be upright. But that, and now I understand what this is. This is the other side of the equation. In denial, freaking the fuck out, surrounded by a bunch of fears. They may even like things might be getting so real for them right now. Like, their own mess might be so up in their face right now that they're having nightmares about it. I don't know, it's possible. But someone is all up in their head. But the problem is that they just refuse. They refuse to release the burdens. 2 of Swords, 10 of Wands. And then they wonder why they are so restless, why they can't sleep at night. why they can't stop thinking about this. Look, if you're on this side of the equation where you still got, where you're watching this other person go through this insane glow up here, right, and just completely re-identify themselves and move the fuck on, and you're sitting here like, why am I obsessing over this so much? It has more to do with the burdens that you refuse to let go of than it does with the other person that has now escaped this situation. Regardless of what you want to label this relationship, whatever it is, regardless of how you want to label it, ultimately, it came into your life to teach you a lesson. It ain't got nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with what you need to heal and work on within yourself. So quite frankly, with me saying all that, how obsolete is the twin flame label? Like, completely obsolete, right? I mean, shit. Okay. Now what I want to look at is this. The Fool, Justice, and the Page of Swords, all upright. Y'all, there's some tea, honey. It's some tea, honey. All right, we do have the Moon. Okay. We do have the Moon. And I understand why right now. Because, and I also understand why we also have the Page of Swords here. I do feel like there are some of you, there actually might be some of you out here that are in the very beginning stages of moving on from this situation, taking some sort of leap of faith and bringing greater justice into your life, okay? You have the Tower with the Ace of Swords, but this is in reverse. I'm hearing a Tower moment is currently being worked through. It's like you're trying to make sense. I just saw 11:11. You're trying to make sense of what's happening in front of you, what's happening around you. Maybe both sides of the equation are. And I actually want to talk to this person. This person here that's caught in the Nine of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Ten of Wands, the denial of whatever needs to be released here. Because it really does feel like both sides of the equation are going through this, but also this is really going to benefit you too. Even though you're in this energy of like complete and total egoic breakdown. Yeah, we'll call it that. Quite frankly, you have an opportunity to learn and understand here as well. And again, it has nothing to do with this other person. So please stop trying to blame anything on the other person or stop trying to focus on them or what. No, focus on yourself, babe, okay? But y'all are working through a Tower moment, and you have more here that I'm going to get into, but what's really crossing all of this is the King of Swords. And I feel, and it came out crossed like this, and I feel like you're really trying to make sense of this. You're trying to be as objective as possible, but for some of you, man, that's really difficult. But that's because you're facing the release of burdens here that are heavily ingrained into maybe society or maybe your familial structure or maybe just your life, the way your life is structured. So this is not an easy thing to let go of, all right? So this Tower moment, the Tower with the Ace of Swords, this is a serious challenge for whomever this is resonating with. You're really working on pulling yourself out of the darkness, out of some sort of illusion. And it could very well be that the illusion you're trying to break yourself out of here, Seven of Cups in reverse also, but the illusion that you're trying to break yourself out of here is that you need to be carrying all of this stuff, or you need to be responsible for all of this stuff, or you still need to be doing things a certain way, or living a certain way, or still associating with a certain group of people, anything like that, right? You have the Five of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Hermit, and the Ten of Pentacles. All of this is upright. And so this is the core, this is at the core of whatever it is you are trying to come to terms with, whatever it is you're trying to understand. Whatever it is that would be, whatever it is that would be bringing you out of this darkness or illusion with the moon. And let me tell you, your good friend, Miss Boundaries here, is making an appearance underneath the moon. Miss Queen of Boundaries, or maybe Miss Queen of Lack of Boundaries, right? We talked about that yesterday, didn't we? Ooh, we sure did, honey. Yikes. Okay, so, but look, guys, there is a lack mentality here that has got y'all in some sort of illusion. Whatever this is, this could be financial, this could be social, this could be emotional. I mean, there is some feeling of lack or ineptitude or lack of ability or lack of self-worth or anything. This Five of Pentacles can represent anything like that. But it's an illusion. And it's fear. Salud! Salud! It's fear that keeps you attached to all this shit. So what you're having to do is break out of it. Change your perspective. The Tower with the Ace of Swords. And quite frankly, with this in reverse, it kind of feels like this might be some sort of denial or refuse. Well, yeah, we were talking about denial, but refusal. Refusal to see clearly. Refusal to see something for what it truly is. Refusal to allow the Tower to fall. So someone here with this King of Swords that's crossing the Fool, Justice, and the Page of Swords. Someone is needlessly questioning. Someone is taking the objectivity and the thoroughness to investigate and hear things out of the King of Swords to an extreme. Like, it's not completely reversed, but you're halfway there. You're either going to stand upright or you're going to go full reversal. And reversal is not good. King of Swords reversed man is not a fun person to be around. He is controlling. He is narcissistic, just like any of the other kings can be, or anybody can be when they're reversed. Anybody, king or queen, can be narcissistic. Like, let's just get that straight. Okay. But he's combative. He's aggressive. He's an instigator. He's an agitator. He's a antagonist. Ooh, is he an antagonist? Oh my God. He loves to just push your buttons and get under your skin and take his sword and nick at you. Just leave little nicks at you. And just watch you bleed out. From a paper, from like something as small as a paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, death by, what is that? Death by, what's that phrase? Death by 1,000 cuts? Ali X sings a song. I think, oh gosh, what? I can't remember. It's off of her album, not the latest one, but the one right before that. Oh goodness, I can't remember now. It's a yellow cover. The song Girl of the Year is on it. I put my head on my shoulders, try to be someone, yeah. I turn my person 3 degrees to try to get along, yeah. It's so uncomfortable trying to fit into the skin, yeah. I put my head on my shoulders, try to be someone, yeah. That song. Death by 1,000 cuts. I don't remember the name of the song. But y'all, Ali X, A-L-L-I-E-X. I love her. She's fantastic. But that's this guy. This guy is that guy that'll give you those 1,000 cuts just to watch you bleed out. right? Be careful of this King of Swords energy. If you're around someone like that, if you're around someone that's just questioning you, just to fucking question you at this point, because he's got nothing better to do, and quite frankly, he's not getting any of the satisfaction of breaking you down the way he wants to, be careful of that energy, dude. Stay far away from that. And if that's you, if you're teetering on the edge of turning full reversal, man, because you don't like what you see, and you don't like what's happening in front of you, and you don't want to have to change, I pray for you. Lord help you. I'm trying so hard to think of the name of that album now. It's super something. Super Sunset. That's what I think. I think that's the name of the album. Super Sunset by Ali X. It's a yellow cover. She's in yellow or something. But that song is one of my favorites. Especially that line. I put my head on my shoulders, try to be someone. I tilt my person 3 degrees to try and get along. It's so uncomfortable trying to fit into this skin. But yet I put my head on my shoulders, try to be someone. I mean, I love her. I fucking love her. Anyway, let's get, yeah, Super Sunset is the name of the album. Check it out. All right. Oracle guidance. 2. 3. Ok. ¿Listos? You know what's so crazy? We use these decks, right? And look, this is a thick ass deck, man. There are a lot of cards in this deck, and yet the same cards keep coming up consistently. So I guess we're on the right page, we're on the right track. But here we have card number 11, Ether. The Seamless Unspeakable. On page 44, no less. Okay. That's cool. Okay. So here we go. Ether, the Seamless Unspeakable. 0 point field, the void, blank canvas, threshold. Anything is possible. Time to choose what you want to bring into your life. Endless possibilities, limitlessness, and paradox. This illuminated space of no distraction and pure potential is beyond the threshold. It is the silent, meditative moment out of time, the centered and present place beyond the hustle of the mind and outside world. It is where all dreams are birthed, and it is the light we may fear to be darkness when, just for one moment, everything ceases to exist. Let me say this again. It is where all dreams are birthed, and it is the light we may fear to be darkness when, just for one moment, everything ceases to exist. This is the place between worlds, the womb before we incarnate, and from here we can choose where we go. The land has been tilled in readiness for the flowers we wish to seed. Outdated doors have been closed, and in the space between the breaths, we open the new ones. It may be perceived as the endless black nothingness. What may be perceived as the endless black nothingness is actually the illuminated eternal, the core that all our fears may be peeled back to. When we step through the darkness, we realize it is only a short distance away from the white void that we may have been striving our whole life to meet, and yet simultaneously, subconsciously, running from it. It is in this place of graceful surrender, we may know we are held and allow ourselves the spaciousness to drop deeper into the experience of our existence. The themes of this card are too elusive and mysterious to define, a knowing without words, the spaces in between, life force energy. And I'm going to be honest, as I was reading through that, I was picking up on more of this King of Swords energy, and it may very well be that someone is actually terrified of the nothingness, terrified of the void, terrified of the blank slate. I don't know why. Maybe you're afraid, or maybe this person is afraid of the unknown. And that could be why this, because I keep feeling like I want to say this person is being pretty impetulant. And normally that's an energy that you get with the Page of Swords. But we're getting it with the King of Swords right now. That's awful. Like, oh. If you don't, oh, honey, you definitely don't want a grown-ass man or a woman being impetulant, right? That shit is scary, right? They could really do some damage. But this person may just be absolutely fucking terrified. And maybe their ego is getting in the way and is flaring and is like, I'm not going to show any fear. So I'm going to overcompensate for this fear that is eating me alive. Well, you're going to have to face this. Not you, the person external to this King of Swords. If I'm talking to the King of Swords here, whomever that is. It could be a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. You have to face this fear. Or you are just going to keep going around in circles and circles and circles and circles and just over and over and over again dealing with this and not being able to save yourself. Because you won't allow yourself to be saved. And ain't nobody gonna save you. Obviously, you gotta do this for yourself, but you're literally not allowing yourself to be saved. More power to you, honey. I mean, I guess I pray for you. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for you. And I hope you have a fantastic day. And I look forward to connecting with you again for our next cup of coffee tomorrow morning. Yeah? Take care. Mwah. Bye.